legendary brain behind the iconic RGA Twitter account, who spent a quarter of a century at one of the most iconic agencies of our time. Chapin, thanks for coming on the show. I didn't realize you hired Paulie Derry and
Yeah,
launched a bit of an icon now.
I one of the smartest things I ever did, in all honesty. So I set out wanting to build a career in journalism, working at like the New Yorker and writing or 50,000 word, think pieces. You're sort of taught, or depending on how you're parented or whatever, you're taught to think that you're this special flower.
We don't do
Yeah.
that in Australia.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
We have tall poppy syndrome, where any flower that gets a little bit tall, we just cut them.
It's good learning for anyone to go through a little of that, as long as it doesn't totally kill your spirit. I had a friend who was working at RGA, and she said, "Oh, we need writers. You should." It was literally like, "Have you written things professionally anywhere before? Great. Like, you're hired." Finding the interesting way in on a brief, finding the tension, looking at something from a different angle, and coming up with great attention grabbing ideas, stunts, things like that.
I've always been a bit of a Jerry Graff fanboy ever since that Ragu.
A long day of childhood calls for America's favorite pasta sauce.
This great campaign for Crest.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm knocking down the playground.
Because things are changing so fast, the pace of kind of what AI can do, culture changes so fast. In a way, we're all always kind of starting over. It doesn't matter sort of like what age you are, or what experience level you are. My boss for a long time at RGA was Nick Law. I mean, I certainly learned a lot from him, but he didn't go to college. A lot of the ways you have an impact as a creative at an agency are like quiet, kind of behind the scenes, pitching in on a project or a pitch, making a suggestion on someone else's work that like changes it for the better.